Again, I know you touched on this, but your reaction when you found out that Cardinals were interested and the deal comes to fruition?
Super excited. My mom grew up here before she moved down to Jupiter, and then, I grew up in Jupiter going to the spring training games, and I was telling someone the other day, I actually pitched at the Roger Dean Stadium in a Cardinals uniform in high school. They do the local, little all-star game there, and they north versus south, and they do the Marlins and Cardinals, and I was on the Cardinals side, so it's kind of come full circle. I get to wear the uniform for real, and it's just a really exciting thing.
How'd you do?
I think I threw an inning, maybe gave up a hit or two, but I don't think I gave up any runs, so it was good.
Did you eat any lizards after that game?
No, that was much later.
Is that still a delicacy? You enjoy that still? Or is it...
No, not anymore really, but I know there's people down in South Florida. All the iguanas are falling out of the trees right now because of that cold weather, and I know people are scooping them up left and right. So someone's eating them. Just thankfully, it's not me.
Are there things you picked up in Japan that you feel like you're going to miss coming back to the States now that we're part of your life over there?
The only thing I might miss is their schedule. They've got that off day every week, and as a starter, I didn't have to stay for all the games, which is a really weird thing. Guys kind of find it hard to grasp. Is the day after I pitch, you go to the field, stretch, run, throw, and the game starts, and they send you home because they have that rotating roster there. So that extra time with the family is something I'll miss. But baseball wise, I'm really excited to get back here.
Of your pitch mix, which pitch do you feel like you developed the most over in Japan from when you were over here?
I feel like I got a lot more consistent with my curveball, just being able to work it, both sides of the plate, keeping it down, throwing it for strikes more often, and also my slider, moving that back and forth as well.
How much? Oh, go ahead.
You didn't give up very many walks at all while you were over there.
No.
How much of that is reflective of what you were working on in your control? How much of that is their style and how the hitters were over there?
I'm sure, if you look at it, it's a little bit of both, but, I worked on, balancing out my delivery, better balance, better direction, which helped me, control that ball, not yanking as many and not letting as many kind of fly away. So it kept me more in the middle of the zone. And, their hitters, they get in a mode where they're very much not wanting to strike out. So they foul a lot of pitches off. And learning how to use that to my advantage, and they're fouling them off. You can lead them further and further and further away, and then try to put them away quick.
It could be beneficial here though, where the strikeout is a little more accepted, perhaps.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got guys over there fouling off curveballs at their feet and then fastballs at their chin. I mean, because they really shorten up, and a lot of those guys get to 2 strikes, and they're no longer trying to really do any damage. They're just trying not to strike out. They're trying to put the ball in play. And I know that you've got a lot of guys here with 2 strikes. They still got that big swing. So hopefully that will play up a little bit.
Miles, can you humor me with a pre-Japan scouting report of yourself and a post-Japan scouting report?
Pre-Japan, I was probably mostly fastball, curveball. I mixed in the slider a little bit, and I could be a little wild at times. Post-Japan, I feel like I'm a little more of a complete pitcher, fastball, curveball, slider, for strikes, mixing a changeup, change speeds better, work the count a little better, things like that.
Have you noticed much of a difference in umpiring from Japan to the major leagues, either in terms of consistency from guy to guy or location of the zone, anything like that?
No, the umpires over there were good. Every umpire, anywhere, they're going to have a little bit different zone than the next guy maybe. That's the human element, which is awesome. But no, the guys over there are great. The guys over here are great. They're at the top level. Their umpires are the best over in Japan, and our umpires are the best, the best guys we got here.